Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. This little man, Liam, is 2 months old today. I cannot believe it. I don't know where the time went. Excuse me. So my name, for those of you who are new, is Marla, and I am a mom of 4, and I'm going to be sharing with you all of his developments up until now. He hasn't really been on this channel much because life has been so wild the past 2 months since his birth, and as a result of that, I haven't had time to film with him much. Man, I am sweating. I've got all the postpartum hormones going on. It's warm outside, so bear with me as we try to get through this video. He's hungry, and I just didn't have another time to film except now. So he might have to nurse halfway through as well. But let's jump on in. So what I want to do is just give you a quick reminder or rundown of kind of what's happened with him right at birth up until now, and then share how those conditions that he had improved, because he did have quite a few things going on. So first of all, before he was born, a few days prior, they found out he had quite a severe heart arrhythmia, which triggered us to go to the hospital for his birth. So he was born at the hospital. Now, during the labor, his heart was decelerating, and so it did get pretty concerning. They were monitoring him the whole time. After he came out, or during the birthing process, he did also break his collarbone. He was a heavy baby, almost 9 pounds, just an ounce under, and he was quite large, and there were some complications with me during the labor, which I believe triggered that. So he broke his left collarbone, and it actually ended up healing incorrectly, so it kind of overlapped. Because we did not find out he broke his collarbone till a couple weeks later. I think it was like 2 weeks later we realized, when he had some tests and some things done. So he had a heart arrhythmia. That has cleared up. That cleared up a few days postpartum. His collarbone has now healed, but it has healed incorrectly. So he will be going for an x-ray, and they're going to see if he does require any re-breakage or plates or anything like that, which I do not believe we will be doing, but they are going to do that test for us. 2 days postpartum, so 2 days after he was born, he had really high jaundice. So he was considered high risk for jaundice. So we actually had taken him to the hospital for some testing and potential treatment, which he actually didn't end up getting or needing. But we did take him to the hospital 2 days postpartum. That day, when we left the hospital after he had his jaundice testing, he ended up developing these little episodes, which we recognize as seizures. That night, when he started experiencing them, they occurred only while he was sleeping, and especially while we were driving, or if there was loud noise. So what we ended up actually having to do is running him to the children's hospital, which is about an hour and a half from us, and they did a bunch of testing and EEGs for him there. We were there overnight, and they found out and diagnosed him with benign neonatal sleep myoclonus, or myoclonus of infancy. So that is essentially like these little seizures that they get, but it does not affect their neurological development, so it doesn't damage, their brain or anything like that. And it's typically something that babies will outgrow within the first year or so of life. So I'm happy to report that he has outgrown it. It got really bad at around week 3. He started having them pretty severe and intensely. But sorry, he's hungry, so he's a little fussy. But they have completely, after they peaked, they came down, and by about week 6, and he's week 8, 9 now, they completely went away. So thankfully, we are able to drive with him, and we feel more comfortable taking him around, knowing that he will not be having those little seizures. Yes, that's so right. He also had another EEG a couple weeks back, as we thought he might be having infantile spasms, which are seizures while you're awake and obviously very serious. Thankfully, that didn't turn out to be anything. His EEG came back negative, so we were really happy with that. And that's where we are at right now. So that's kind of his little history, and I just wanted to fill you in on how things were going there. He also actually did have like major projectile vomiting. It would shoot like 4 feet, and he puked up almost every meal that he ate for a couple weeks. He was good for the first couple weeks he was born, but around week 3 or 4, it really got bad, and we could not keep food down, and it was also really hard to feed him and then knowing he's going to puke it up a minute later. But that ended up going away. We ended up just kind of pacing him and feeding him little bits at a time. Even though he would scream, we just wouldn't let him finish a full meal all at once. And that seemed to help. And then as he got a little bit bigger, I guess his stomach just got a little more relaxed. And so it seemed to do really well. And we also had him on some remedies and homeopathics and things to help with his digestion, which I believe helped a lot really well as well. Now, the last thing he was doing was chiropractics, and he still is seeing his chiropractor for, you know, just working on his nervous system and his digestion. And he also had, when he was born, this issue. He couldn't turn his neck one way. He only could turn it the other. So it made it really hard for breastfeeding and latching on the one side. So the chiropractor has been working on his motion and mobility, and everything has been going really well. And so he's doing so great in every aspect. So now for the fun updates. How big is this guy? Well, I'm happy to report that he is 15 pounds. He's only 2 months old, you guys, but he is a monster. He is a giant. He doesn't look big in this video, but I can tell you, look at those cheeks, that he is putting on the weight. Yes, you are. I know, and you're grumpy. Let's see if we can get you to be happy for a few more minutes. So he is really, really heavy. As you can see, his hair is thinning from when he was born, and it's lightening up. So his hair is just getting like longer, lighter, thinner. But he is putting on the pounds. So he is in size 3 diapers. He can fit into size 2, but they leak more often now because he's so big. So we're into more size 3. And for clothes, he is in 6-month clothes, and in some brands, even 9-month clothes, believe it or not. And it's more like the sleepers, because he's so long, that I find like the 6-month sleepers even are too short for him. Now, as far as his behavior and his mood, even though he's so fussy right now, guys, I honestly am being like 100% serious when I say he is the most relaxed and easy baby. I don't want to say he's a good baby or not, because all babies to me are good. Let's see if you can nurse. But he is definitely just easy. Like, here you go. Okay, okay. He has been nursing well. Yes, you've been nursing well. But overall, like, as long as he's like not starving, he will sit on his own in a baby swing or in a bumbo, or just on his, you're so ouch, on his play mat, and he will be there for hours and so calm. What's going on? I think it's nap time. Sorry. So he's pretty calm with like just being able to be put down. He honestly like is an angel. He sleeps well through the night. Some nights he'll wake up 2 to 3 times, but most nights he'll only wake up once at around 1 a.m. and then around like 5 or 6 in the morning. So most of the time he's only waking up once at night. However, the past week it's been a little more. It's been like 2 to 3 times. We have been away, so that probably was it as well. He takes, so far, that from what we can keep track of, 3 naps during the day. We do not have him on a routine yet, so the naps are kind of all over the place. I know, but what I can say is that his naps, let's try the other side. His naps are usually around 9 a.m. and that one will be anywhere from like 1 to 2 hours, sometimes like 45 minutes. And then yes, this is hard to film. That's why I haven't filmed a video with him yet. So we're going to talk about nursing in a minute, because that's why he's kind of fussy right now. But before I do, going back to his naps. So his first nap is usually around 9 a.m., anywhere from like 45 minutes to an hour, sometimes 2 hours. He then has a second nap around like 12 maybe, or 1, and that's usually an hour as well. And then he'll take a nap in the evening, and this seems to be his longer nap. It's usually from like 4 to 6. And then he's back in bed by 8:30. He is so consistent, yeah, with his bedtime. Like, no matter where we are, what we're doing, by 8:30 he's out. So he's pretty easy. As long as we give him a really good feed before bed that he'll actually stay sleeping, he's an angel. And now that brings us to breastfeeding. How is that going? Well, why don't you tell them? So he is my first child out of the 4 that I've actually been able to breastfeed. Look outside. I'm going to lift him up to look outside. He's the first of the 4 that I've been able to breastfeed, but I still don't have enough milk. So while he does latch amazing and he nurses all the time, my supply is still low. No matter what I try, and I was told by lactation consultants and midwives that it's just the size of my breasts. They only can hold so much milk. And as you can see, this tanker over here needs a lot of fuel. So right now, he just nursed about half hour ago. They're still empty. And that's why when I'm nursing him right now, he's really fussy. It's just nothing's coming out. And so we do give him the bottle. I give him some organic goat milk formula, and he probably gets like 3 of the little bottles a day. That's including the night and everything. So he's still majority or mostly breastfed. I'd say like 75 to 80% breastfed right now, but it's not enough for him. He's just a huge eater. In one feed, pretty consistently, he will drink about 160 mils or even 180 sometimes. So that's a lot for a 2-month-old, and my body is just not producing that. I've tried all the things to increase my supply, and what I have is all I can get. So that's what we're doing, is we're breastfeeding him, and then when I'm empty and he still seems hungry, I top him off with a bottle. And it's been going well for him. He's obviously doing so good, but I'm gonna have to end the video soon to go get him a bottle, as I don't have one here. Now, other than that, how is everything else going? Say hi. Say hi. You're so grumpy. You're supposed to be happy. He is doing so well developmentally. He giggles full on. I'll put a couple clips at the end of the video for you guys to check out, but he giggles, he laughs, he is so alert. Like as soon as he sees us, he gives us a huge smile. If you tickle him, he'll laugh pretty loud. He's good at following objects. We give him a lot of tummy time, and he's good at keeping his head up. He is fully able to sit in the bumbo and support his own neck. So for a 2-month-old, he doesn't seem like it. To me, he feels more like a 5-month-old. Yes, you do. And he's just been continuing to grow. Now, as far as cradle cap and stuff, a lot of you have been asking if he's had anything like that. He's had no skin issues yet, and I'm hoping that continues. Yes. Where's the baby? Where's the baby? No skin issues, no thrush or anything. So it's been good. We, are doing well. Baby is just, to me, thriving, and I'm so grateful that all of his little issues cleared up, that his collarbone healed, that his arrhythmias are gone, and his seizures have stopped. Yes, now we just got to go get this little hungry monster some food, because he's not going to last much longer. But that is all the updates. I'm going to try to do another postpartum update soon now that I'm 2 months, but it's so hard to film and try to, I homeschool and I work full time and I have a baby. So life is busy, isn't it? But we are getting there. Yes, we are. All right. Well, I'm going to end it here, guys. If you have any questions about him, I know I probably missed something. I'm sorry this video is so crazy. I know I probably missed something. So if there's any questions, feel free to comment them down below and I will fill you guys in. We have a family photo shoot in a week. Yes, we do. So we're going to get some nice photos from that, and I will try to share some of those. I know. But that's all for now. So let's get the grumpy baby to say bye. Okay. Say bye. Hey. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. Bye. Thanks for watching.
Hi. Hello. He's looking in the mirror in the car and laughing at himself. Agoo. Hi. 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 Hi, Agoo. Agoo? Hi. Hi. Agoo.
He's tickling.